Okay, so let's talk about, and I'm going to be doing reviews for all the comics I got for MegaCon, which I had several, so whenever I finish reading them, I'll be doing reviews on them. So yeah, let's talk about the first thing I got, and this was the only thing I really got in single issues, was Darth Maul Death Sentence. Darth Maul Death Sentence is one of the Dark Horse comics that was tied into Clone Wars, so it's actually one of the few Dark Horse comics that is actually in canon with the current Disney EU. It's one of the few exceptions, like Son of Dathomir. So anyway, let's talk a bit about Darth Maul Death Sentence. Darth Maul Death Sentence is a bridging story in between the end of Season 4 and the beginning of Season 5. This follows Maul and Savage being hunted by someone who has put a price on their heads, and the Jedi Council is still searching for them. So yeah, actually it's more, well, here's the thing. Savage is in the comic, but he's not in the comic a lot. This is more Maul's story, and let me explain. What happens is that Maul and Savage, as well as the Jedi Council, discover that this guy named Jabargo, I think that's how you say his name, is Jaborg or something, he has put this price on his head because he wants revenge because the people, when Maul and Savage were trying to goad Obi-Wan into a fight, they killed a lot of villagers, and those villagers had some deals with his mining company. So it's more like, I lost a profit, so I'm going to be killing you all. So, during the fight between the Jedi in this story, Maul accidentally cuts open a container containing carbonite, and it freezes him. So Maul is on his own trying to get his brother away from this miner and the Jedi. This owner of this mining company. So yeah, we follow, and also, we do have Obi-Wan in here, and you may be thinking, oh, we're going to get a fight between Obi-Wan and Maul. No, we don't. What we do get are a group of Jedi, a Padawan, and 2 Jedi Knights. One of them, I believe, is a Trandoshan. I think he's a Trandoshan. He doesn't have the same skin coloring. He's blue, so I guess he's Trandoshan. But yeah, you never see those if that is him. But his name is Master Judd. I know, it's not an original name, but he has this spear saber. It's like a bow staff with the blade at the end. It's like Darth Nile's lightsaber from Legacy, but it's a lot longer. And he's a ton of fun. Even though, yeah, he dies at the end of this comic, he basically he pokes fun at Maul all the damn time. All he does is just crack jokes at Maul all the time. He's like, dude, you're half the threat you used to be. We also have another Jedi woman in here who is... Here's the thing. All these characters are superfluous because, yeah, you know, if they're like, oh, you guys aren't in canon, or you guys aren't in the movie, oh, you're expendable. You are very all expendable. And that's what they kind of are. Although they do some cool stuff with a story arc for Master Judd, who was a lot of fun. And I almost went, man, I'd love to see you survive this. I would have loved to see more of you. But yeah, the main focus of this is that Maul, while he's trying to get Savage, is found by a group of people who have been enslaved by the mining company, and they believe Maul is part of a prophecy called the Demon of the Light, which they believe Maul will lead them to victory over the mining company, and in doing so, save them. So Maul, Maul, takes advantage of them and trains them as like an army, his own personal army, so he can save Savage and get him out of there. And he really doesn't care about them. And this all kind of culminates to a moment called the Day of Three Suns. Because on this planet, there are 3 suns that orbit around the planet. And when every 10 years, they rise together and make the heat on the planet so hot that it scorches the ground. So it's all culminating into this moment. And yeah. So is this comic good? Honestly, this is the most expensive thing I bought at my convention, which was $15. I know that's not a lot, but I don't make a lot of money. So, yeah. For $15, I feel like I should have spent less. Now, that's not to say this isn't a bad comic. I just feel like it wraps up a little too quickly. The art is good, and Maul is written perfectly. And again, I really dug the character of Master Judd. I think you just could have used him because the Jedi Knight and her Padawan are totally superfluous. You could have just sent Master Judd and just have that other kid be his Padawan, and you not even need the character. It was just another person for Savage and Maul to kill, really. And Obi-Wan wasn't really needed either when I think about it. Yeah. So yeah, but again, Maul there's a lot of fun in here. Also, this comic is written by Tom Taylor, who most of you guys know now as the writer for the all-new Wolverine comics, of course, following Laura, and he also did the Injustice comics. I think he did some of the Injustice Year One comics, if I'm not mistaken. Anywho, so it's fun, but I feel like it's not $15 worth of fun. It is really cool, and to see, I was really interested to read more Maul stuff. So yeah, and again, this is one of the few Dark Horse comics that is still in canon with what Disney is trying to do with the new Disney EU. So it's one of those rare exceptions, and I was glad to get my hands on it when I did. Not as good as Son of Dathomir, mind you. Not as good as Son of Dathomir, but still a lot of fun. I don't think I would put it on one of my top favorite Star Wars stories. It is a lot of fun, but in the end, it's kind of like, did I need this? Did I really? This felt like kind of like. If you thought you were going to get answers of what happened to Maul and Savage and what they were up to between seasons 4 and 5, it just tells you, oh, we're going to build a criminal syndicate, and that's about it. This is where it really starts with the whole building that kind of empire that Maul and Savage try to do throughout the rest of season 5 that culminates in that battle with Sidious. So, yeah. Anyway, if you're a Maul fan, I would say check this out. If you're like a major Maul fan, I would say give this a shot. If you want to read more Dark Horse comic stuff and it's still in canon, I'd say give this a shot too. But for and also if you're an avid collector as well. But if you're like the occasional Star Wars fan, or you just dug Clone Wars, I would even say if you enjoyed Clone Wars, you could skip this, really. But if you are a major Maul fan, I would say give this a look. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion. That is just if you enjoyed this comic, then no ill will against you. But you guys comment below. If you've read it, what did you guys think of Darth Maul Death Sentence? Comment below, let me know, and once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'm out.